Welcome to the beginning of a new series in the Minecraft Infdev version. This is one of the oldest versions of survival Minecraft that actually translates to some of the newest versions of the game. I could take this version all the way up to 119 if I wanted to, which I might do. Who knows? I haven't exactly thought about where I want this series to go. I just really wanted to play in these old versions. Now this version, when I say it's old, I mean it's old. It doesn't have you could basically fit all of the building blocks in the game into your hotbar. Almost. There's no uh, there's no sand, there's no clay, there's no gravel. There's one type of tree, of course. We're missing so many blocks. So many features, which we'll get into as we go. I'm just going to mark this spot right here as my spawn. I'm going to come back here in a second to make a little pillar. Really mark it. Because in this version, this is way before beds were added. If I die, that's where I'll be. No resetting my spawn. Now, let's take a look at this. Because this is an old version, a development version of Minecraft, there's going to be lots of bugs, probably lots of game crashes. We're just going to have to work through those and deal with them as they come. This is one of the bugs from this version specifically, where the overhangs are completely black. There are versions of this kind of overhang darkness. You can even see that out there in the distance. This props up in just about every version of the game. But in this one specifically, it is drastic. I mean, it is dark. It is pitch black. And if I walk into here, yeah, that's a little drastic. It does get fixed in the... it does get fixed pretty quickly, the Infdev versions. We're just going to collect some wood here, like the beginning of every old alpha YouTube series that was on back in the day. Collect a little bit of wood. We're going to go back up there before we do anything else and mark that spawn point. If I can get up easily without having to dig through the hill. Up we go. I don't know if I... Alright, I have to disturb the terrain a little bit. This series will probably be a little bit relaxed. Just like those old Let's Plays of early Minecraft. I'm just going to enjoy the old experience of the game. Now, where was that hole I dug? Here we are. So we're going to put a little wooden pillar. Mark this spot. No, I don't need to do that. I just want to do this. That'll do. Let's do one more. Whoop. Okay, you just saw one bug of the game right there. I'm gonna show it again. So in this version, you can actually place blocks in your head, which is kind of weird. You don't take suffocation damage, because that suffocation damage actually wasn't added until a later version. So it's a very easy, nifty way of I guess doing X-ray. Here, I gotta walk out of it. The neat little quirk of the game. First thing we want to do here in this version is to get some coal, because this version of the game gets really dark. Almost impossible to see at night. And it is... Where's the sun? Yeah, it's starting to get it's starting to get low. I've been rambling for a little bit too long here. See if we can spot any coal anywhere. There's no point in replanting these saplings because they will not regrow. Once you chop down a tree, it is gone. Gonna be coal around here somewhere. Now, you don't need torches to do any spawn proofing, you know, to light up places to keep mobs away, because actually there aren't any mobs in this version. There's no animals, there's no monsters. No creepers, skeletons, zombies, no pigs, chickens, sheep, cows. It's just you, grass, stone, and trees. That's about it. Like I said, I will probably be taking this up through the versions of alpha and beta, maybe into some of the full release versions. I don't know. We'll have to see where this series goes. Now, can I find any coal exposed? Oh, there's some way up there. I want to be able to light things up so it's not so dark. Actually, this is a really nice spot right here. Might be a place to make a base. Actually, I could build a little house right there. Well, maybe not right below that floating island. That may not be the best spot. It's already starting to get dark. Let's see if I can snag any of this coal. I'm gonna make the first pick. First pick of the game. You're gonna see here in a second just how dark it gets in this version. I'm probably not gonna spend that much time in this specific version of Infdev because it is lacking in so many features. I'm gonna run out of things to do very quickly. But there are some really interesting parts about the development of this version. Things that either did not exist yet because they were not implemented. Wow, so you could see, okay. Look how dark it is. It's probably on the video, the recording, you just can't see anything except for maybe those stars out there. It is incredibly dark, which is kind of cool. It really makes things a little spooky. Let's come down here to the edge of the water, light things up, and we're probably just gonna chill until daybreak. I'm gonna do some more exploring before I find a place to settle down. You know, build a house or anything. Start a mine. Just gonna enjoy the atmosphere. The sun is now rising. We're going to pick up these torches and take another look around. I'm probably gonna head back to the spawn location, take a better look around, and just get a better bearing of my surroundings before finding any place to settle. I don't want to stray too far from spawn because if I do die, I want to be near my base and not have to make a long journey in possibly very dark and dangerous conditions. So let's see, I can see the pillar. Great, very visible, very easy to see. We're gonna light this up, make it nice and visible at nighttime. Let's take a look. Is there any place to settle? It kind of looks pretty cool over there. I do want to find a flat-ish area near the water. I do love the little inland seas in these versions of the older versions of the game. Well, there's the cliff. I'm not sure. Not really anywhere to build. Let's maybe go over here. This is kind of a nice spot. Right down there. Over there is also good. Actually, I like that better. It's near spawn. It's got great scenery. Yeah, we're gonna settle down right over there. But before I head over there, I'm actually going to chop down some of these trees because, like I said, trees don't regrow. So I don't want to deforest entire areas, especially near where I'm building, because I'm just gonna be left with bare open ground with no way to regrow these trees. We're going to collect wood far from home and bring it back. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. It's even got a little pond back here. I do need to fix all of those lighting errors, which I will... all I have to do is go over there and place some torches. I will do that later. I think the first thing I'm going to do then is go chop down a couple stacks of logs and bring them back. And then we're going to get to work on a mine. Do some mining in this game called Minecraft. What do you know? Well, after accidentally falling down a few cliffs and losing some hearts, I did manage to bring back a couple stacks of logs, which should be good enough for us for the rest of this episode, I think. Don't need a ton of wood. I just want a little bit for the house I'm going to build, and then for crafting things, of course. We're going to get started on a mine now. I think I'm going to put it right here. Pretty good spot. It already kind of looks like somebody's already dug here, you know? Just the way it's carved out. So I'm going to dig down to the bottom of the world and get started on a branch mine. Once I'm down there, I'm going to show you something really interesting about this version of the game. 1 hour later, and the mine shaft is complete. Now this takes us all the way down to the bottom of the world, or almost the bottom of the world. It's somewhere around Y10. I don't know exactly because there's actually no F3 menu in this version of the game. So I just counted, and assuming I counted correctly, we should be at Y8, I think. I'm kind of forgetting. It's not too important. I just wanted to get down here to show you something. Oh, and digging this mine shaft out did get us a decent amount of cobblestone, which is going to be really useful for our first build on this world. But before we get to that, I do want to show you something very interesting down here at the bottom of the world. And it has to do with the way the bottom of the world was, the issue of the bottom of the world was handled in this version. Instead of bedrock, there's actually lava. And if we dig this out, you can see it's lava everywhere. Everywhere at the bottom of the world. It's all lava, no bedrock anywhere. It's just it's all lava everywhere you go, which has a very interesting implication for when this game, this world updates to future versions, because this lava does not get replaced by bedrock. This will turn into void, which means that every chunk we generate in this version of the game will have no bedrock in future versions. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the gameplay going forward. For now, though, we're just gonna lock this up so I don't accidentally fall in and lose everything. And we're just gonna leave that there. Back up on the surface now, I'm gonna get to work on the starter house for this world. Now this is going to be an interesting challenge because I'm severely limited in building materials or blocks. There's no stairs, there's no glass, there's no doors even. We have, like I said at the beginning of the video, about one hotbar. We could fit about every building block into our hotbar. But I did do a little bit of brainstorming in a different world before this one, and I came up with a design I think is pretty decent. So let me show you what that looks like. And here is my starter house. It's not much, but like I said, it's not much to work with in this version. I do need to do some landscaping still. It is kind of hanging off the edge. We'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to take a stop here and update you on what I'm doing here. Just a simple little medieval house. I'm sure there's a word for this kind of style. Don't know what it is though. The inside is pretty basic. I just wanted to fit some storage in here, but I mean, this is really the extent of exterior decorating. Chest, crafting table, chests, crafting tables, and furnaces. There's not really anything else. I tried making a table, but it's kind of hard without slabs or stairs, so I'm gonna leave it open for now. I'll probably come back in the future and update this as the game progresses, as I get new blocks, but I'm happy with this as is. So we're gonna come out here and work a little bit on the landscaping, so it's not just floating in or hanging off the edge like that. I did dig out underneath to collect a bunch of dirt, which I may turn this into a basement at some point. But for now, we're just gonna close that up. I don't need to do anything spectacular here, but I do want to make this look at least a little bit natural. I'm just gonna bring these out a little bit like this, all around. I will cut back when I am finished. Landscaping complete. Took some of that dirt and built a little bit of a hill over here to fill in that gap, and I started a wheat farm, just a small little one, because wheat is, or I should say, bread is the only food I have access to. And I would love to plant some flowers around here, but guess what? There are no flowers, just like just about everything else I've mentioned in this video. We don't have flowers. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and now we have a mine that leads down to the bottom of the world. Not really used yet, but next episode I think we're gonna go find some diamonds and maybe some gold as well. Thank you for tuning in to watch me play a little bit of Minecraft Infdev. If you liked the video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!